What's up, world? Welcome back to Radical Investors, where we talk about crypto, stocks, and all the ways how to make the money. I'm Wasu.
I'm Hamed.
And today we are reacting to Trey Trades' interview with CNBC.
Let's go.
Hey guys, before we get into the video today, we want to implore you guys, please subscribe to our channel. It really helps our channel grow, helps our family grow. We want you guys in our tribe.
Yeah, guys, join our tribe. We're here to provide value for you guys. Again, our plays that we look for here is 10x minimum plays, quantum gains only over here. So if you want to make some gains, continue to follow our channel as we give you that value.
100%. Let's get into the video.
In terms of the fundamentals of the company, of the business. In fact, yesterday, Adam Aron and AMC said that effectively when they sold their shares to the public, by the way, who've given them now potentially a new lease on life. We'll see in terms of the cash that they're raising. But for the company, it's not a game, right? It's not a casinoification or a speculation. It's a business with employees. And so how do you think about that piece of this?
You know, I think Adam Aron, and I get a lot of flack for this. I get called a 23-year-old naive kid for trusting what the CEO does, and I'll take that heat every single time because I believe in history, trends, and facts. And the facts are that Adam Aron is setting the bar in terms of CEOs, reaching out to retail investors and caring about what the retail investor is asking for, what they're looking for, what they care about, as well as watching out for the long-term health of the company. They've raised well over $1 billion in 2021 alone, which is really going to help set them up for the next 1, 2, 5, 10 years. They can acquire different family movie theater chains who did not survive COVID, who did not survive the quarantine process, who might never open their theaters again, right? And really do some great long-term success. Now, with this short-term, momentum trading, there inevitably will be people that don't invest in AMC long-term. But I think there are going to be lots of people who do invest in AMC long-term, myself being one of them, because I truly do believe there is a long-term fundamental, value for AMC. Is that right now? I don't think so. I mean, I think that most of the retail investors of the apes understand that this is not the true fundamental value of AMC, and that's where the risk comes into play, right?
So, Trey, what do you think the real value of AMC? What do you think the real value of AMC is? And you look at some of their competitors that are also publicly traded companies. You could look at the bonds, which are trading at a pretty steep discount.
Right. So the market cap for AMC, if I remember correctly, was just over $10 billion not too long ago. And you look at companies like Cinemark, which were trading at about $1 billion. Now, I think that you look a couple quarters down the road, we get more quarantine restrictions to be lifted, and the revenue starts rolling back in for AMC. You've got two things that are going to start happening. You've got a lot of these hot movies that are coming out, which are going to roll in some great revenue, and you've got a new factor that can't really be accounted for and quantified, which is social and cultural sentiment towards the company itself. There are people that genuinely love AMC stock simply for the culture that it's built, the people that have come together for some sort of love for the theater and the money that's made people. I think there's going to be gratification towards the company that's ultimately going to help them make money. With all that being said, I truly do believe that the fundamental value of AMC would be somewhere in that $20 to $25 range, in 2021, end of 2021, when they're fully back in capacity, fully bringing in that cash flow and that sort of nature.
But that's half of where it is today.
Correct.
So what do you tell if you're saying that the value of it's half of what it is today, what do you tell your followers who are buying it today, who eventually at some point it's going to go down, right?
Fundamental value is different than momentum trading, right? Now, just because, so this is a fact. The market is, the stock market tells you exactly what every single security in the market is worth in that given moment. So at this given moment, if there's somebody out there that's willing to buy AMC stock, it's trading at $47 right now. Somebody's willing to buy AMC stock at $47. That means at that moment, it's worth $47 to somebody. The momentum trading aspect of it, even if it doesn't necessarily reflect on their current earnings or their future projected earnings, that doesn't mean that there's not money to be made. In fact, I know there's a lot of people who have made money out there. I've read some of the stories. I've read of the people who have become millionaires off of AMC stock. You can take advantage of momentum trading. In fact, I think this is a new age of investing.
But I think the question I'm asking is, am I supposed to be concerned that, people have talked about these types of things over the years as pump and dump schemes where people talk up a stock, right? And there are some people who are very educated. Trey, you seem to know a lot about what's going on. And by the way, there's a lot of people online trading this right now that do understand all of the dynamics. But then there seems to be a lot of people who don't. And by the way, people make mistakes along the way. Yesterday, I noticed you had said at one point that you thought when AMC first put out that announcement about the 11.5 million shares, you would put out a tweet telling everybody, no, that's actually old news. It's from a different. It's from an old filing, and that proved to be wrong. And so I ask you that because I think that there are people who are listening to you, and in terms of how you think about your own responsibility to all of the other apes.
Right, and I appreciate you holding me responsible, Andrew. That's totally okay, and I hold that weight very, very heavily in being careful about the things that I say and put out online. Now the big message that I've always preached and tried to live by over the last 6 months, and I think what really takes any sort of risk and overexposure to AMC stock off the table is only investing into it what you're willing to lose. Especially call options. This has been something I've talked about with the call options chain over the last, probably 3 months, is view these call options, buying a $70, $80, $100, $110 call, essentially as a decent odds lottery ticket. That's what those are, right? Because we can't predict the volatility either up or down in either direction for AMC stock. But I'd say it's a better odds lottery ticket than you've got doing something else. And I'm never going to pretend that's not what it is, right? Because that is what call options are. You're betting that a stock is going up, puts are betting it's going down, So as long as you are really limiting your exposure and managing your risk, managing your exposure to the stock, and you're not putting yourself in a situation where you can't pay your bills, you can't take care of your family, you can't feed your mouth, right? I think that you're sitting okay. And the fundamental value, I won't argue that in the least bit. The fundamental value of AMC stock is not where it's trading right now. But it will come back down to that eventually when the squeeze is all said and done. But the storyline is...
Boom, there you have it. Yeah. The blockbuster CNBC interview with the big homie, Trey Trades.
Absolutely.
What'd you think?
Man, I felt like Trey Trades, he held his own. He held his own there, man. He represented the apes well.
Anytime you go behind enemy lines, you're going to get shots fired right at you. But he definitely did a good job, I think, for somebody that's fresh off YouTube, right? So you're talking about the homie was, I don't believe he has any formal media training. So for him to go from straight YouTube to CNBC and his interview on Fox that he did with the Payne dude, that I think that was very, very, very impressive. Some nitpicks that I definitely have about the video or about the interview is, anytime you're talking to big media outlets, we know who they are, right? Yeah. We know that they're bought and paid for by Wall Street. We know that they're controlled by Wall Street. We know that their intentions are to make Trey, in this case, look unprofessional, uninformed, and basically wrong about everything, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't like the moments or the instances that I felt like Trey was operating operating on their terms, right? When they started asking him questions about the fundamental value, instead of saying something like, our fundamentals are our fundamentals, and this is how we're operating, or something like, we are not operating on fundamentals, this is a squeeze play and this is what we believe, period. He kind of got into a back and forth about that. And I think it's dangerous to operate on somebody else's ground and not operate on your own, especially in that arena. Absolutely. Because that arena, CNBC did not bring Trey on there to give him a platform. They brought him on there to really nail him to the cross.
Let's emphasize that for all you other apes out there that might be interviewed soon too by big media, ourselves too. We're aware of these things. Again, they don't just bring us on there to hear our side.
No,
that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for ways to entrap. They're looking to get that one clip, whether it's 5 seconds, whether it's 2 seconds, 10 seconds. They're trying to find that one clip that they can run and spin your whole story off of.
And how do we know that? Because that's exactly what they did. So he said that the fundamental value is about half the price that is the stock is currently trading at right now. They clipped that and they put it right there on Twitter.
Their website. That was the lead.
Trey Trades said it's only worth half the stock price, and then he had to come out and address that really quickly. And he received a little bit of hate from that. But guys, don't hate on Trey. I mean, this guy is literally frontlining. Right. Literally, he's been in it since basically the beginning. front lining.
Right.
I mean, my God, that is
he's holding it down.
The
He's holding it
cojones
down.
that it takes
Absolutely.
to do that, to start the play, to be fundamental in the movement, and then on top of that to go behind enemy lines again,
Right.
when you
Time
know
after time,
their
right?
intentions. Very, very impressed with what Trey did, for sure. That was awesome.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Just how he represented again. And again, I think, for anybody that watches that interview in its entirety, I think what people are going to see is, okay, I need to look into this thing further, because what I heard is a guy that knows what he's talking about. So I'm sure, even with the media still trying to clickbait and try to put us in some kind of pigeonhole and spin some agenda, I think for those people that weren't aware of what we as apes are trying to do in this AMC play, if they watch that full clip, they are going to look into this further, and I'm sure they're going to come and they're going to be future members of this community.
1000%.
So I think overall it's going to work out. I think it was a good play, but just to kind of nitpick and to make other apes aware, again, when we're talking to the media, when we're talking to big media guys, you have to know you are behind enemy lines, and they are looking to get you on something. They're just looking for something. So just kind of be mindful of your words, and don't feel you need to play their game. No. When they did, like, they kept asking him about fundamentals. You guys out there, shut stuff down.
Yeah, we're playing a new game.
It's simple.
Here.
Shut stuff down.
We're establishing a new order, new
Right.
game. I would argue we don't need CNBC personally.
Right.
We have the investing community in YouTube, which is huge.
Right.
Just
the views don't lie, guys.
The views don't lie. Go
views don't
look
lie.
at Trey Trades videos, the view count, the comments,
and
and then go look at CNBC.
Yeah. So
he dwarfs them. You know what I'm saying? So it's a new world order. It is our time. Like we always say in the last 10 videos that we've done,
yeah,
the